Things that you did not know about the original PlayStation. So it was released December 3rd, 1994 over in Japan. It became available in the States on September 9th, 1995.
I got one.
Quick quiz here for you, Frank.
Okay.
The original PlayStation is the 6th highest selling console of all time with 102.49 million sold. What are the 5 consoles above it that sold more?
You'll have the Super NES, I think is on there. No?
Nope.
Xbox?
No for 2.
PlayStation 2?
That's number 1. 155 million copies sold. Or console sold.
Nintendo 64? I don't know my consoles.
Apparently not.
The Jaguar?
The Jaguar. Isn't that Atari? The Atari Jaguar?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So PlayStation 2 was number 1 with 155 million. Nintendo DS came in second. Nintendo Switch came in third. Game Boy and Game Boy Color came in fourth. And the PlayStation 4 came in fifth.
Man, I remember the Game Boy. That was sweet.
So did you know that the symbols on the Xbox buttons actually have a meaning?
To help you with shapes?
The X was no. The circle was yes. The triangle symbolizes a point of view from a person. And the square would symbolize a piece of paper or a sheet of paper, which is why that one was often used for menus.
Now they're all used in that show on Netflix.
Oh, Squid Game?
Squid Games. The Squid Game buttons.
I was trying to think of where the hell you were going with that.
I didn't know the name of the show. I don't have Netflix.
Now, back in the day, a lot of people who were like audiophiles, they had a PlayStation specifically to play CDs because it was actually cheaper than a lot of the big bulky CD players that were available. And it had all the right connectors to hook it up to a full system.
Connect it up, baby.
The biggest games for the console actually used multiple discs, upwards of 5 sometimes.
Ooh. Yeah.
Him having to swap those bad boys out.
The X-Files video game had like 4. And I could never get past like the first, like, I think I couldn't even get out of the damn office. I couldn't figure out what the heck you were looking for, and I just gave up.
Oh, well.
And I never played the X-Files game because I couldn't get out of the office.
I got another video that's going to be coming out here soon. And it might already be out on my channel depending on when you're watching this. But do you remember the disc swap that you would do if you had a bootleg DVD, a bootleg disc?
No.
Because one of PlayStation's whole things was like anti-piracy. Like you can't put in a bootleg disc and play it.
Okay.
But there was a way that if you kept the lid up and you would legitimately swap the discs out at specific times, so it would essentially read the anti-piracy portion of the actual PlayStation disc, and then you could quickly swap in with the bootleg. You could play a bootleg disc.
Sounds like a lot of work.
Well, I mean, it was cheap.
I just gave up after I couldn't get out of the office.
Well, finally, there were a lot of things that you may have forgotten that the PlayStation, the original, had. There was a version that was released where you could actually develop your own games. It was kind of was pushed towards programmers to try to get them to develop games.
All right.
There was a smaller, compact version called the PS1 model that had a screen in it.
Yep, I remember that.
There was a gun. It was normally bundled with popular gun-controlled games like Time Crisis.
That game was so good at the arcade, so much better.
You could link multiple PlayStations together for multiplayer, or you could get the multitap. And that allowed for multiple controllers at one time.
I never used it. I had one of those and then just never used it.
Is it because you didn't have 3 other friends, Frank?
No, it's because nobody else had PlayStation. Everybody had Super Nintendo.
Oh, so nobody you didn't have all the control. Like you can have this, but you still needed the controllers.
Yeah,
to play.
I think I had 2 controllers, so there was no need to have 2 others because PlayStation didn't have a lot of. I think like the only game that you could put 4 people on was God, what was that? The car game where you would shoot
Twisted Metal.
Twisted Metal. Yeah, Twisted Metal 2. When Twisted Metal 2 was like the thing, and it would give you the 4 screens. Otherwise, there was no real point.
Man, I'm telling you, Twisted Metal Black, still hands down one of my favorite video games of all time.
I have Twisted Metal 2 somewhere.
See if you can find it. Put it in that McDonald's boo bucket.
I'm gonna put like some bookshelves behind me. I'm gonna put all those old toys and all the old stuff, so it'll just be behind me.
Nice.
So you can look at it.
Then we can just look at them right there. And also one more thing that you may have forgotten that the PlayStation had. It had a mouse.
For what, coloring?
I don't know anybody that had this or ever used it.
Yeah,
but
what would it
available.
do for games in those days?
Well, I'm pretty sure that they had. Well, remember Super Nintendo? They had like Mario Paint and stuff like that.
Right. That's like the only thing that I think you could use it for is like creative aspect.
Yeah, probably. Something that Charlie would be good at with his amazing drawings, which, by the way, quick side note, since Charlie is here, he's the one that did these amazing drawings, that the real Brandalorian sticker, the old History of Rock sticker, and the cross-eyed bear right there. Make sure that you check him out. VivaLaMocha.com is the website. And also here on the channel, there's 2 different member tiers. If you want to become a channel supporter, that's 99 cents a month, and you'll get a free sticker pack. I'll send that to you in the mail. If Javi's here, I still got to get his in the mail. And then there's another tier. It's $4.99 a month. That's a Memberlorian. You get the stickers. You'll also get a T-shirt with one of those designs on it. Sizes aren't guaranteed, but I still got a boatload of the shirts. So if you want to become a Memberlorian, go ahead, sign up. I'll get the notification that you did. Then you can always hit me up in Facebook, Discord, Instagram, or something. Send me your address, and I'll ship it in the mail to you.